2025 is in 2 days when you guys see this, about a week or so when I'm making this, so let's prep for it. Hey guys, I'm Jenica, I'm 26, and let's make this year our best year. So I have my iPad here to look at my 2024 goals. I'm already messing up the 2024, 2025 years, but let's look at our goals from this year and see how we did with them. So here's the Notion page. We already updated it for 2025. We changed the format a little bit, but let's go into our goals. So here is what our 2024 goals page kind of looks like. Here up the top, we have our kind of larger 2024 goals. And our first kind of goal for 2024 was a healthier lifestyle, eat better, move more. Not very smart goal of me at all, but I will say that I did move more. So let's actually kind of strike this through. I had a half marathon that I had to train for. So it definitely forced me to move more. So we did that. Eat better? Absolutely not. If you guys have seen some of my monthly resets, we see that every month I basically have a goal to eat better or eat this, eat that, just always kind of trying to work on my nutrition, and it never works out. So I'm not doing that, but overall we did move more. And if you want to see any of those monthly resets, go ahead and click in the cards or down below to kind of look over those. Here we see move out. That didn't happen, but we'll talk a little bit more. In this next year's goals, we kind of realigned with that goal, realized it won't work out for us or me. But here we already see start career was striked out. It's because in June, I got my first kind of real career job outside of college, so that happened. And yeah, I would say our 2024 goals were very broad and not clear, and honestly, not gonna lie, I stopped looking at this halfway through the year, ever since I got my job. So now here we have things I want to do this year. So one of them was skin treatment for my PIE, or post-inflammatory erythema. Excuse me, I have no idea how to say that word, but yeah, we did do that. And then I wanted to do a brow lift, Botox. Kind of when I was doing these two things, I was really unhappy with how I was looking and my skin, and just very down. So I realigned, I don't want this. I mean, it'd be nice, but it's not something I'm like, oh, I want to do this. Financial goals, I'm not going to go too much into this just because I'll have a whole separate video for a financial reset. When I wrote these financial goals, I was focused on one thing and then I realigned kind of halfway through the year. Here now we have this table where I kind of somewhat made smaller goals for this big goals. So here, get a job, start career. I did that, we got that done. Started UGC and be consistent on TikTok. So I really wanted to do TikTok kind of as a side hustle, or to kind of, I don't know, I really was looking for something creative, and at the time TikTok was what fit me the best. I hated editing long form at the time. Now I'm really consistent on YouTube, so who knew? But yeah, those were two things that I kind of wanted to do. TikTok would help me with UGC and all of that. But as we see, I realigned. I got a job, and trying to do that was not gonna happen. Like, I just had no time, but also I did start finding out I like YouTube much better. Started working out consistently. We got this done. Again, for half marathon training, I had to be consistent or else I might actually not finish the half marathon. So we did that. Find good night routine for quality sleep. So again, I did not do that just because I've already said it, but I haven't looked at these goals for like the last 6 months, honestly, and I totally forgot that was something I wanted to do. So yeah, I didn't do that. Started investing, we did do that. Once I got my job, I started putting into my 401k. And then once I finished off some of my smaller or my other financial goals, I started also doing a Roth IRA. Find good morning routine. The crazy thing is here, again, I haven't looked back at this until like recently for this video, but I actually did find a good morning routine. So I'll say that's done. And the reason is for that, again, I'm gonna keep saying it, but half marathon training, I realized that the days I went out and ran in the morning, got some sunlight, got some movement in, it really made my day better. And the days that I didn't do those things, I definitely noticed a difference. So yeah, that half marathon training actually helped in so many ways. Like, it really did help me with my confidence, staying on track with something, or like being consistent with something, doing something like really hard. It helped me find a good morning routine. I don't know. I would never do it again, but definitely something that helped me out in a lot of aspects this year. And then our last like kind of smaller goal is pay $2,000 on student loans monthly. So yeah, we realigned with that heavy. My goal was to pay off my student loans this year and have 0 student loans after this year. I know like focusing on one goal at a time will help that goal happen faster, especially with money, because you only have so much money. So you could either split it up into multiple different goals or focus on one. And I started out focusing just on one, but I realized I didn't like how some really other important things like emergency fund was not getting touched at all. So now I realigned. All right, so let's get into our 2025 goals. And here we're going for a little more brown theme. Again, we have this kind of goals, bigger goals up here. These are goals that are either I'm reaching way too far, kind of reach for the moon, land among the stars type vibes, or they're really not like SMART goals. These are goals, just kind of things I'm feeling and things that were calling out to me when I was thinking of things I want to do. So first is move out. That one is kind of clear. Actually, we might need to break it down into smaller steps, but that's pretty clear. And it's a personal, but also financial goal because you need to kind of get the finances right. Second goal is a financial one, is save 5K for wedding. If you haven't seen my last vlog, you probably don't know that I got engaged. Honestly, even if you did watch it, it's hidden all the way at the end. But if you want to see it, go ahead, click on the cards or down below. But yeah, we got engaged. So trying to save up for a wedding. Technically, we'd want this 5K within 18 months. It doesn't have to be 12 months of 2025. It could actually go into 2026 and have it be more of an 18-month goal. But again, we're reaching for the moon here. So I just put that. It honestly is very much a reach goal, but we will see. And then get monetized on YouTube right here. So yeah, that's not something I can technically control. I'll have in my monthly goals or in my ongoing habits kind of things I want to do to help achieve that. For example, be consistent, post once a week, or script with more intention. I'll have smaller goals throughout the months, but maybe if possible, I'd like to get monetized this year. Feel good and healthy. So again, that's quite vague, but we have some habits and routines and smaller monthly goals that will help me hopefully achieve that. And then a no buy. So this year I want to focus on intentionally spending. I won't talk too much about this no buy in this video. There'll be a whole separate video for that. So if you want to see, go ahead and subscribe so that you can know when that comes out. Great. And then here we'll have our January goals, but down here we have our kind of habits or routines I want to build and that kind of go towards or help one of the bigger goals. So for example, one of the goals I want to achieve for at least the first quarter of this year is to have 72 ounces of water every day, which is 3 kind of bottles of my Owala. And then this will show in the monthly because this is something I also want to be a monthly goal. You'll see kind of what that looks like or why that matters. And then here, find healthy eating habits that work for me. And this will also go towards feeling good and healthy. And then here, I'm going to try to work on this through January and March, so first quarter. But it's not going to show in monthly because you'll see in my January goals, I have a whole thing about I want to, I don't know if it's stop snacking after 7 or something, but each month might be different to help me reach kind of this finding my healthy eating habits. Okay, upload 4 videos a month. And then that's basically staying consistent with 1 week videos. So upload 4 videos a month to help me possibly get monetized, and I'm going to do this the whole year. And it's basically just staying consistent and having a video up every week, hopefully. And now for our save 5K for the wedding, our monthly goal that we're going to try to do every month this year is to save $415 a month. That's absolutely a reach. Actually, if I'm following my no buy quite strictly, it might be very possible, but I also don't want to restrict too much. I'm calling it a no buy. It's more of a low buy, but again, we'll talk about that at another time. And then for our move out goal, I want to save up for the first months of bill. I want to save up for that first month slowly so that at least when the time comes, it won't be such a big shock. So these are kind of my ongoing habits or routines and things that I want to do. Now let's go into January specifically. All right. So some of this were things from the ongoing habits section. So if they show up here, I'll kind of just skip that. But another goal for getting monetized is script videos with more intention. I feel like sometimes I just yap too much and then it takes away from the message of the video, but also it just takes a lot more time to edit. So I want to cut down on my unneeded yapping and kind of script with more intention. Here we see this from our ongoing habits, so I'll skip that. Ongoing habits. So this month for feeling good and healthy, I want to go to the gym 1 time a week. I also had this as a December goal. I didn't really meet that. I think the last 2 weeks of December, I kind of just stopped all activity for some reason. Well, first of all, it was raining a lot, but also I was just not having the greatest sleep, and I've been trying to fix my sleep schedule, and I was focusing on that, so I kind of just stopped working out of any kind. I still walked a little bit, but yeah. The water, this is still from the ongoing habits, and then no snacking after 7 p.m. So I guess that's what I chose this month for feeling good and healthy, and this is just snacking only. So if I, for some reason, get home late from work or I was out and I don't have dinner, I can eat dinner, but I can't snack after 7. After dinner, I will have dessert, and then I'll have chips, and then I'll eat chips while I'm watching TV or something. So I can eat if it's a meal, if I'm hungry, but if I'm not hungry and I'm just wanting to eat, no snacking after 7. So those are basically my January goals as well as my 2025 goals. And now that I kind of know what my goals are, let me show you kind of my Pinterest board of what I want my vision board to look like. I literally just pinned everything that kind of felt like I resonated. So it might not 100% kind of match my goals, but this really helped me figure out the theme I want to go for 2025. And I really want to focus on taking care of myself in terms of being gentle with myself and listening to my body and, protecting my peace, I guess, but also taking care of myself in a way that's also not so gentle and a little more strict. So going to the gym, even when I don't want to, as long as I'm, able, capable, I'm feeling well, I'm just lazy, I should definitely be a little more disciplined with that. So overall, just taking care of myself and feeling presentable and feeling good about myself is kind of what I'm trying to go for this year. So let's look a little bit through what that looks like in Pinterest form. Yeah, I'm feeling a very neutral vibe. We have this for the moving out goal. We have some financial freedom. This one. I remember, I think I was quite emotional, but I read this and I just started tearing up at the moment. So I was like, yeah, we're putting that on there. Yeah, these are kind of the vibes. But now I'm going to actually go put everything together. And once I'm done with that, I will show you guys the end result. All right, so it's a little bit later and an outfit change later as well. We got the vision board done. I'm looking down at my iPad, but you guys will see it right here. This is kind of how it looks like. We're giving kind of clean girl vibes up top, but also working out, getting that place, movement, good food, water, matcha, kind of all the things. And just to see what it looks like on the iPad. Super excited for the new year. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys in the next one. Bye.